Have you ever felt like life is a game where the odds are stacked against you? Like no matter how hard you try, every move feels dictated by forces beyond your control. That's exactly what Pachinko by Minjin Lee explores. A story where life is as unpredictable as the drop of a steel bulb in a pachinko machine. Good day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's literary analysis, we'll dive deep into this rich and multi-generational tale, exploring its characters, themes, and the powerful messages it holds. Stay with us as we uncover why Pachinko remains a resonant and unforgettable story. Min Jin Lee is a Korean-American author celebrated for her insightful storytelling and meticulous research. Born in Seoul, South Korea, and raised in the United States, Lee has consistently focused on the Korean diaspora, cultural identity, and historical narratives in her work. Pachinko, published in 2017, took nearly 30 years of research and writing. The novel was a finalist for the National Book Award and garnered international praise for its layered portrayal of the Korean immigrant experience in Japan. Pachinko is a multi-generational saga that spans from the early 1900s in Korea to the 1980s in Japan. The novel covers four generations of a Korean family and highlights the historical and social challenges faced by Koreans living in Japan. The story is set against significant historical events including the Japanese occupation of Korea, World War II, and Japan's economic boom. The title Pachinko refers to the popular Japanese gambling game and serves as a metaphor for the unpredictability of life and the limited opportunities available to marginalized communities. The novel begins in a small Korean fishing village with Sunja, a young woman who becomes pregnant by Ko Han-soo, a wealthy but married businessman. To avoid scandal, Sunja marries Baek Isak, a kind-hearted Christian minister who takes her to Japan. However, life in Japan proves more difficult as Koreans are treated as second-class citizens struggling with poverty and discrimination. Sunja's two sons, Noah and Musasu, follow different paths. Noah, the studious and ambitious son, yearns to assimilate into Japanese society, while Musasu, more pragmatic, builds success in the pachinko business. When Noah discovers that his biological father is Ko Hansu, he's spoiled and rebels, and he ultimately takes his own life. Musasu, on the other hand, thrives in the pachinko industry despite its stigma. The story concludes with an elderly Sunja visiting Noah's grave, reflecting on the resilience required to endure life's hardships. Pachinko is filled with complex and compelling characters. Sunja, the novel's central figure, is a strong and resilient woman who endures immense hardship to protect her family. Ko Han-soo, a wealthy businessman, is both a benefactor and a manipulator. His love for Sunja is genuine, yet his influence is often overshadowed by his self-interest. Baek Isak, Sunja's kind-hearted husband, brings hope and stability to her life, even as his idealism puts him at risk. Their sons, Noah and Musasu, take different paths. Noah is thoughtful and ambitious, striving to fit into Japanese society but struggling with his identity. His story is marked by an internal conflict that leads to a tragic end. Musasu, on the other hand, is pragmatic and resilient, finding success in the pachinko business. His journey shows a different kind of strength, the ability to thrive despite systemic prejudice. Each character adds a unique perspective to the novel's themes of family, identity, and survival. The novel's settings range from rural Korea to urban Japan, reflecting the shifting fortunes of the family. The portrayal of the Osaka's ghettos for Korean immigrants underscores the systemic barriers they face, while the pachinko parlor symbolizes both opportunity and marginalization. The novel's central conflict is both external and internal. Externally, the family faces systemic racism and economic hardship as Koreans in Japan. Internally, characters struggle with their identity, torn between cultural heritage and the desire for acceptance in a society that views them as outsiders. The resolution of Pachinko is not a neatly wrapped conclusion but a realistic reflection of life's complexities. Instead of delivering a conventional happy ending, Min Jin Lee employs a more naturalistic approach. The novel closes with Sanja visiting Noah's grave, a poignant scene filled with symbolism. This act of closure is not just for Sanja but for the readers as well, demonstrating the cyclical nature of life and the enduring weight of history. This choice to end with this quiet moment underscores the novel's central message. Survival itself is a form of triumph. The ending of Pachinko is effective due to its restraint and subtlety. Lee avoids melodrama, instead offering a moment of quiet reflection. The narrative technique here is one of showing rather than telling. Sanja's visit to the grave speaks volumes about loss, acceptance, and resilience without needing heavy exposition. The author uses imagery and minimalistic dialogue to convey profound emotions, allowing the story's impact to resonate beyond the final page. The central theme of Pachinko is survival and resilience in the face of adversity. The novel explores how individuals and families overcome systemic discrimination, generational trauma, and the struggle for identity. The metaphor of the Pachinko game underscores the theme of chance and the lack of control marginalized communities often feel. The moral of Pachinko is that survival itself is a form of victory. The novel emphasizes that even when the odds are against you, enduring with dignity and hope is an act of defiance. The story also offers a powerful message about identity and acceptance, showing that while external validation may be elusive, self-worth and inner strength can guide a person through even the most challenging circumstances. The novel's exploration of the immigrant experience is particularly relevant to the Philippines, where many citizens work abroad as overseas Filipino workers. Just as Sanja's family strive for dignity and stability in a foreign land, Filipino migrants often endure hardships and sacrifices to provide for their families. Additionally, the novel themes of discrimination and identity resonate with the experiences of indigenous and minority groups within the country. Pachinko made a strong impact by shedding light on the struggles of Korean immigrants in Japan and exploring deep themes like family, identity, and survival. The novel resonated with many readers for its honest and human portrayal of hardship and resilience. Ultimately, Pachinko stands out for its ability to make readers see the quiet strength of ordinary people and the lasting effects of history on individual lives. Min Jin Lee's Pachinko aligns with realism, characterized by its focus on everyday experiences and its unflinching portrayal of hardship. Lee employs a naturalistic style, where the characters' fates often feel dictated by the social and historical forces surrounding them. The novel also incorporates elements of historical fiction, blending meticulously researched history with rich, character-driven narratives. This storytelling technique is reminiscent of the social realism movement, where literature is used as a tool to shed light on societal issues and humanize marginalized voices. I highly recommend Pachinko to readers who appreciate historical fiction and narratives about resilience, family, and cultural identity. The novel offers valuable insights for students, educators, and anyone interested in the complexities of the immigrant experience. It is particularly recommended for those who seek a deeper understanding of how history, culture, and personal choices intersect to shape lives. Pachinko is more than just a story. It is a profound meditation on the nature of survival, belonging, and the quiet courage required to endure. At its core, Pachinko challenges the reader to consider how history, prejudice, and the randomness of fate shape lives and legacies. The story reminds us that the immigrant's journey is not simply about finding a place to live, but about carving out a space where dignity can thrive against all odds. Sanja's endurance, Noah's tragic struggle, and Musasu's pragmatic approach to life all illustrate different responses to the same fundamental question: how does one live in a world that constantly tries to diminish your worth? As we close this analysis, I invite you to reflect on the hidden struggles of those who, like Sanja and their family, live on the margins, whether immigrants, the poor, or those who push to the periphery of society. Pachinko calls us to see these stories, to listen deeply, and to honor the strength of those who persevere not with fanfare but with quiet, enduring hope. Thank you for joining me today. If this analysis resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more literary discussions. Until next time, keep reading and keep seeking the stories that matter.